In late 1901, Ellen White had a vision in which she saw the World Trade Center on fire. This was published in Testimonies to the Church, Volume 9, page 11 through 13. 8 key points would be written down, which would uncannily point to 9/11. She even prophesied on that day, quote, the firemen wouldn't be able to operate their engines.
17 years later, firefighters Mark Harry and Reed LaFave remembers where they were in that heart-stopping moment. But even their touching memories does not seem to compare to this now Eolia fire truck that played an intricate role in the aftermath.
This truck belonged to the North Arlington, New Jersey Fire Department. It was called shortly after the second tower collapsed by the Port Authority Police Department because it had a cascade system.
Those high-pressure gas cylinders still equipped on the truck provided the needed oxygen for a countless number of firefighters who worked days on end. Nowadays, the cascade system doesn't work anymore, and it wasn't the only thing out of order when the volunteer fire department got the truck in their hands.
This truck had absolutely no engine in it, no engine block, nothing, so we had to get another engine from Idaho.
This truck had absolutely no engine in it, no engine block, nothing, so we had to get another engine from Idaho.
When the World Trade Center towers disintegrated into dust, thousands died, and nearly 100 of the city's fire trucks that responded to the disaster were destroyed.
And that's exactly what happened. Local news agencies have reported that over 100 fire department vehicles just stopped working. What? So you're telling me that a prophet of God prophesied of the day of the towers? This is huge! According to published reports by American and Israeli newspapers, just a few hours before the first plane hit North Tower, Israeli-based employees of Odigo received warnings of an imminent attack at the World Trade Center. 2 weeks after 9/11, Alex Diamandis, Odigo's vice president, said the messages said something big was going to happen in a certain amount of time, and it did. Almost to the minute. About 4,000 Jews were not present in the Twin Towers the morning of 9/11 because they had received the warning through the Odigo instant messaging platform. In September of 2015, when Pope Francis, the papacy, visited Ground Zero, he said this, and here, we mourn the wrongful and senseless loss of innocent lives because of the inability, note this, because of the inability to find solutions which respect the common good. You see, Pope Francis knew what 9/11 was all about. It's about establishing the common good. Section 2188 of the Roman Catholic Church Catechism says this about the common good. In respecting religious liberty, the common good of all Christians should seek recognition of Sundays and the church's holy days as legal holidays. It's about the common good, is about bringing church and state together, giving the papacy his seat of full authority over planet Earth. Looking a little sketchy there, Obama. Christopher Bolin, investigative journalist, notes this. The most pressing questions about why the U.S. military air defense system failed to intercept the 4 hijacked planes on 9/11 are obviously of crucial importance. Captain May writes that even official apologists call 9/11 the greatest defense failure in American history. How could the most modern and expensive air force in the world fail to intercept 4 airliners, 3 of which roamed wild for hundreds of miles before striking landmark buildings in New York and Washington? Why was the U.S. air defense system unable to intercept several large, slow-moving planes before they struck the nation's largest city and its capital? If the U.S. Air Force couldn't intercept lumbering civilian planes, how could they possibly stop a hostile invasion of fighter jets or missiles? The reason why I bring up 9/11, brothers and sisters, is because we are about to enter into the season of the night. Jesus Christ says in John chapter 9 verse 4, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. And the night cometh when no man can work. The Bible makes a differentiation between the night and the day. You see, the context of John chapter 9 is Jesus Christ is doing a work for the house of God, Israel. Hence, why he opens the eyes of the young Jewish man. This represents the work for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, Matthew chapter 10 verse 6. Seventh-day Adventists, to open their eyes spiritually while mercy still lingers. Now I will say this, the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table, Matthew 15:27. But primarily, the work of the day is for the house of God. Isaiah chapter 60 says this, Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, night, and gross darkness the people, night. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings to the brightness of thy rising. We are on the verge of the greatest revival the world has ever seen. The cloud by day is about to be removed. The character of God is to be revealed. A pillar of fire, a pillar of light. The loud cry is about to be given. Millions are about to come out of Babylon into his marvelous light. As my brother-in-law Hamilton has been studying the Bible, he noticed something. He said, Paul, isn't it interesting that the Bible is formatted as two towers? You see, my friends, 9/11 is biblical. Don't you remember the story of Exodus 32 when the people were worshiping the golden calf and there fell of them that day about 3,000? Don't you remember the upper room? And that same day there were added unto them about 3,000? Don't you remember the story of Samson, that there were upon the roof about 3,000? 9/11, about 3,000. In recent years, me and my family keep seeing the sign, keep seeing the numbers 144, 9/11, 9/11, 144. Is there a relationship between the rise of the 144,000 and 9/11? 9/11, a mystery of biblical proportions.